Hey Kevin, hope to find you well. I'm directly go to the system I have designed, and I like you a little bit go through this application and explain what is a contextual data retrieval and how I used uh, two different semantic search tools like BM25 and uh, I have used this and Phase and Phase is for Meta company. It's developed with capability of indexing. And what's index? So I'm just jumping into the codes and I'm going to see what we have done here. In these files, in my space, I have arranged this space. It's like repositories in GitHub. It's a space. You can hold your things like codes, like different kind of files. Here you have a space for this project. So if you run this in Hugging Face, the program is automatically use your Python code and start to make a system server in this space for you to perform and execute your commands. So it needs an environment variable, it needs settings, different things. And I go to the app UI. Okay, first of all, we have different libraries in this part, and we are going to set some initial setup things. Okay, that the program itself has uh, five different functions for data and for creating the data and creating this index. Tell you what is an MS Marco and what is reference mini LM, all of these things. The second thing is that we are going to use the scoring system. It's called PM25. It's based on a search, indexing, and semantics, and it is going to find the frequency of a word in a passage, and it's going to make that longer passage and some kind of clustering of longer and shorter clusters in different bags, and it's going to get some results. Based on the results, you know which keywords are relevant to which words. I mean each word or each word of a token, how this is periodized with or uh, queries. I have submitted queries and it's going to retrieve several uh, responses. So the responses, how they are relevant to the query, to the first query. And this is a scoring system is called and step 3 and 4 is very straightforward. Step 3 is a kind of expert embedding. You know the BERT model is a very highly practical and usually used model. Is a BERT model. So you can have some kind of user-defined things, and you're going to use the index. Okay, let me show you some very interesting things. Right? Maybe here, what is an index? Okay, first of all, I have searched some index for you in the Google, and, and was going to save somewhere here. Here, All right. Index is a connection between the model, LLM model, and your database. So the sentences or the vectors, each one line by line, has an index, and it's going to tell us better or simpler how one word is connected to a context. For example, we have a cat as a word, and we have three sentences. Cats are very cute, or cats and dogs are friends, and cats are cats are very expensive. Okay, these three things, all of them, the cats is how the cat is in these three queries or in these three retrieval systems. So it's going to base on the number of the cats in each of these three sentences, and it's going to find out which one is in which uh, number of the retrievals. Okay, we have three sentences, and it knows. So like a database, it's going to find out which one is where. And the last one things. Oh, before that, I'm going to take you here again to talk what is a database and why we load these things. Okay, so these are some kind of user generated question answers. It's like a text file, like a notepad file. We have several questions and several answers, and it's a very big thing. So MS Marco or Squad or other models, when I go to start this, I'm not going to know the whole model. I'm going to just make some split between the train and test and use a very smaller size, for example, 50 megabytes, something like that. And when the data sets and the questions and answers are going to be find out, the sentence transformer is going to this one use these indexes. For example, we have 1 million questions and answers, and it's going to find out which one is relevant and make a context out of that for each passage in inside the database, and it's going to tokenize and build a BM Spirit, BM25, and the Spirit is going to be encoded. So each one that is going to encode it is going to need for phase. It's going to be have dimensions, index, and vectors for phase and everything here. And at last part, we have this interface. I've designed this interface so we can simply make in our main program we can make a you know, um, interface so we can run it very fluently. So I'm going to again to come here and whenever you increase the number of the neighbors, the questions is going to be more in detail. For example, I have chosen what were the major causes of the Great Depression, and I have chosen this number as 5. When I submit this, as you see, the context from BM25 phase is similar answers are these things, okay? But when all of these are get together, the answer is different, okay? Because it's going to find out what is that the political, is that social, or is it cultural things about the Great Depression. When you increase the number, it's going to, for example, to the banks, to the more which are relevant to the Great Depressions, stocks maybe, and then I mean increase, I mean little more huger, maybe 35. So when it process, the kind of the answers, the kind of the passages which it's going to produce is going to be more, with more details, with more respects, more aspects of the words are going to be considered. And whenever I go to that maximum, it's going to, of course, give us more and more context. And all of these contexts are going to be as a prompt for, there is no end for this context now. And all of these are going to be used for last GPT-4 prompt. And these are all in uh, written in the last part as a prompt. So you can find out that this user interface, maybe you like to change it a little bit. And we have some text box. Here are two text boxes that retrieve context and AI generate the response from GPT-4. Unfortunately, my account limit is not working anymore, and I can right now tell you that. But when I charge it, it again it's going to work. And yeah, this step 6 is a gradual interface. You know what the gradual is? A hard coding for a graphical interface, and you can make your front end very good. And I want also to show you from the flow wise on renders. I have made this. This is very okay thing. This is exactly the same things as before. I told you. If you come to that my render wise AI, if you go to multi-retrieval, we can have the same things. I'm not sure why the screen is black, but doesn't make difference right now. And this is the chains. And if I go into the chains of uh, llama index, it's going to use different embeddings, plain text, phase. We have the phase somewhere here. Yes, this is the phase. You see the documents, and we can use definite things here. We can get the connect or credentials. For example, I have this logrest credentials for an OpenAI, and then these are little complex right now. But the main thing is that all of these branches are going to be gathered somewhere here, which is a conversational agent. It means that you can have some kind of robot answer your questions. But how they do that is that it goes to retrieve some question answer chain. It's going to be used base for indexing, and then this index is going to from uh, character text splitter. So at the other end we have an LLM, of course, and the chain tools. And for example, we are going to have a radius here. You can see all of these are connected. It's a little bit complex, but I have several. When you go to that marketplace at the first page, there's a marketplace, You can see many things here. Some of them are very interesting. Is it some templates like Hugging Face LLM chain? We can have this one, for example, and see how an LLM chain can give prompt like we are going to uh, give a prompt and model from or Hugging Face interface. For example, here I'm going to give the API key and API address, these things, and we have a possibility to have Airtable records or send message to other things, image generation, uh, long-term memory is going to memorize your answers, and all of this. I'm going to tell you that multiple vector database use the agent. You can go to inside each one of these if you want to try, or these things are prepared already. You just need to fill the credentials and APIs, and then you can try it at the same time at the same place. And I have already have three bots here, answering bots, and this one I have done this new for you, demonstration to you. And this thing is really working, and what I like to just introduce you these things, and I hope you that it's going to be fine, and waiting for your reply later on. Thank you. Bye bye.